Various countries around the world grant residency to foreign residents through several channels, such as investment, business capital, employment, education, or even family reunification. These countries also make it possible to acquire citizenship through residency after being a full-time resident of the country for a certain number of years. However, the requirements might be different depending on the type of residency permit one has. But most countries require an individual to be a permanent resident for at least 3 to 5 years before eligibility to apply for citizenship. Other than that, countries that offer direct citizenship by investment programs like Saint Lucia, Vanuatu, or Grenada will not be mentioned in this video. Only countries that offer citizenship via permanent residency are listed in this video. Additionally, all of these countries are unique in their own way. Some of them are well-developed countries that might require an investment, while others are less developed with off-the-beaten-path process. Number 12. Argentina. Argentina is the second largest country in South America and the third biggest economy in Latin America. It's famous for the Andes Mountains, glacial lakes, and football. The country offers one of the cheapest and fastest routes to citizenship via residency. It's become one of the few countries in South America which offers citizenship only after 2 years of residency, even if on a temporary residency visa. Only very few nations grant citizenship in 2 years or less. One could obtain residency in Argentina by demonstrating a monthly income of $1,300 or a bank account balance of $20,000. Another plus point is that, unlike in many other countries, the candidate won't be required to take an exam on Argentinian law or history. However, listening and reading skills of Spanish is a must when applying for its citizenship. Additionally, a dual citizenship is permitted and renouncing your previous citizenship isn't necessary. Number 11. The Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is fast becoming a popular destination for foreigners, with many lured to this idyllic Caribbean island by the tropical climate, inexpensive properties, and high rates of return on investments. The country offers 3 different residency programs, but the most famous one is its investment program. This program allows anyone to obtain an instant permanent residence permit by investing at least $180,000 in property or bringing your regular passive income to the country. Through the program, after 2 years of permanent residency, one may be eligible for citizenship, provided that income requirements are still met. However, there are some extra conditions when applying for citizenship, such as having mandatory proficiency in Spanish and knowledge about the country's values and laws. Although there's no official physical residence requirement, it is recommended to spend significant periods of time in the country prior to applying for citizenship. Number 10. Curaçao. Curaçao is strategically located between North and South America. It enjoys a mature financial sector, beautiful tropical weather, solid legal system, excellent airlift, and is an autonomous country within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. So for that reason, the investor who participates in its residence investment permit program becomes eligible for Dutch citizenship and passport, provided that the investor officially maintains the residency for at least 5 years in Curaçao. The minimum investment to qualify for its residence permit is around $250,000. Moreover, physical presence while holding the residency is also not required, while dual citizenship is also accepted. Overall, it's an easier route to Dutch passport, which gives visa-free access to over 185 countries, including the US, Canada, and the UK. Number 9. Uruguay. Uruguay is a country in the southeastern region in South America. It's ranked first in Latin America in democracy, peace, perception of corruption, and press freedom. It's a place where it's quite simple to get a residency, and it's not even required that you invest in the country. On the other hand, Uruguay will want you to actually physically reside in the country. So if you're looking for a second citizenship via residency without having to live in a foreign place, Uruguay is not a country for you. But of course, you are allowed to travel, but if you spend a little more than half the time of the residency elsewhere, your citizenship might not get approved. Overall, it takes about 3 to 5 years of permanent residency to apply for its citizenship, and if you are married to one of its citizens, it might take only 2. Number 8. Peru. Another South American country, Peru has rich historical values and is home to the ancient Incan city of Machu Picchu. Similarly to Argentina, one can get citizenship in this country in just 2 years. The process starts obviously with a residency visa, which enables an international to live in Peru. Applications for these visas are usually approved within 3 months, and the requirements for this visa are very simple. Only proof of permanent passive income of at least $12,000 per year is needed. And after approval, if the candidate had a legal residency in the country for 2 years, they have the right to apply for citizenship. But keep in mind, it has to be 2 consecutive years. Furthermore, there is a citizenship fee, which is roughly around $22,000, but Peru's government eases the financial burden by enabling candidates to pay in installments. Number 7. Latvia. Latvia is situated within Europe's Schengen area on the Baltic coast. There are a number of great reasons to obtain its residency. The most apparent one is that it is a full EU member country, which evidently gives visa-free access to Europe's Schengen area. Additionally, it attracts a large number of investors and corporates to invest in real estate because of cheap prevailing real estate prices and affordable cost of living. There are several qualifying options to obtain its residence permit, like making a 5-year term bank deposit of $300,000, which comes with interest, or investment of $60,000 in the equity capital of a Latvian company, plus a one-time payment of $12,000 to the state budget. Whereas to qualify for citizenship, the candidate must have resided in the country for 4 years at a 5-year period of the permanent resident permit. Number 6. Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a Balkan country encompassing Black Sea coastline. It has a strong, stable currency and is a member of the European Union, NATO, and European Council. It boasts one of the most advanced and fast-track to gain permanent residence and passport in Europe. In terms of permanent residence, it's available within 3 to 6 months after making a financing option or real estate investment of at least $300,000. While when it comes to citizenship, there are 2 procedures. The fast-track procedure, through which citizenship can be obtained in 2 years, is accomplished by investing in a business, while the standard procedure requires to maintain residency for at least 6 years. Moreover, being a permanent resident in Bulgaria does not require an applicant or their family to live in Bulgaria. Number 5. Mauritius. Sandy beaches and picturesque terrain abound in Mauritius, a remote country that combines historic villages with newly developing modern cities. The country is also a very liable tax haven. Offshore businesses located in Mauritius that do not do business in Mauritian currency are exempt from taxes. Plus, the country imposes no local taxes on income in Mauritius. To acquire citizenship of this island nation, the Mauritius Residence by Investment Program is the most efficient way. Under this program, individuals who invest into the nation's real estate market or transfer at least $40,000 annually to its local bank can become residents within 2 to 6 months. And after gaining residency, one can apply for its citizenship by continuing living for no less than 2 years in the country. Number 4. Greece. Considered by many to be the birthplace of Western civilization, Greece is a country filled with shimmering beaches, endless sunny days, rich cultural traditions, and ancient historical sites. It offers the cheapest resident permit, also known as Golden Visa program, in Europe. To obtain it, investors are required to purchase a commercial or residential property for $270,000 in mainland Greece or in one of its listed islands. Successful applicants and their families are able to benefit from visa-free access to Europe's Schengen area within 2 months of applying. However, for some, getting its citizenship after acquiring residency is a daunting task because one has to live in the country for 7 years, and one will also need to take Greek language test and a civic test. Number 3. Panama. Bordered by Costa Rica to the west and Colombia to the southeast, vibrant Panama serves as the meeting point between 2 oceans as well as 2 continents, with a population of just over 4 million. It's a small country, but the last few years have brought a massive influx of investors. In the past, it used to be a country with the easiest residency program and offered the fastest path to citizenship. But nowadays, the country only offers residency to 51 nationalities with stricter and expensive terms. To qualify, one needs to show some professional or economic activity in the country with an investment of at least $200,000. After 5 years of residency, you can apply for citizenship and a second passport. A passport from Panama will get you into 151 countries without a visa, which is pretty close to Tier A passport. Number 2. Portugal. Portugal is often touted as one of the most beautiful countries in Europe, with long stretches of white beaches and imposing mountains. It also boasts an excellent reputation and considered one of the world's most globalized and peaceful nations, with a high quality of life and a very high Human Development Index ranking. There are multiple investment options if you want to get permanent residency in Portugal. All of them range from $300,000 to $500,000. All of them give the same benefits like visa-free travel in Europe's Schengen area and the right to live, work, and study in Portugal. On the flip side, it's become a dream destination for many in the last few years, and currently there's a huge influx in the number of applicants, and the country is facing a backlog. Nonetheless, anyone with 5 years of legal residency in the country is entitled to apply for Portuguese citizenship. Number 1. Spain. Situated in southwestern Europe, Spain is regarded as one of the world's most popular holiday and retirement destinations. It's a vibrant country, admired for its majestic landscapes and excellent quality of life, and a nation with a rich history and unique culture and traditions. There are several investment options in Spain to acquire residency. The route that is used the most is investing in real estate. Designated amount of the program is $530,000. You can opt for a residential or commercial property, or a combination of both. The property involved may be rented out. Different buyers may also combine their investment to one property, and any amount exceeding the minimum investment may be mortgaged out. This eventually gets you to citizenship status, but the timeline isn't defined. In some cases, you can get citizenship after 5 years, and for some, the duration is 10 years long. This basically depends on a number of factors like what kind of property you will choose, basic Spanish skills, or your overall income.